Hello students, welcome back to SIP Rasayan. Today I will explain nomenclature of organic compounds having functional group. For that, we should know what is functional group. I already explained what is functional group in my first video of nomenclature. So functional group may be defined as an atom or group of atoms joined in a specific manner which mostly determines the properties, mainly the characteristic chemical properties of the organic compounds. That means at the site of functional group, chemical reactions take place. Compounds having same functional group undergo similar reaction. For example, if you are having this one, methanol, or you are having ethanol, or you are having propanol, by the treatment with sodium, all will liberate hydrogen gas. Now see, functional group, in short we can write as Fg. Okay. Now the order of decreasing priority of some functional groups are, this is carboxylic acid, it is having highest priority, then sulfonic acid, after that ester, here COOR, R means any alkyl group, means methyl, CH3, ethyl, C2H5, like that way. Okay, this is acid chloride, this is amide, this is nitrile, aldehyde, ketone, hydroxyamines, alkene, alkynes. So priority order is decreasing in this direction. Okay, so using all those, how to do IUPAC name we will see later. Now see, if more than one functional group is present in your molecule, the functional group of highest priority will be considered as principal functional group. Means if in your compound both COOH and OH, both of these functional groups are present, then that COOH, it is having highest priority than OH, so it will be considered as principal functional group. And it should be given smallest number, and when you will do IUPAC name, you have to give smallest number on that carbon atom. Okay. Other functional groups will be considered as substituents. Means if, as I told you, in your compound carboxylic acid and alcohol both are present, then this is principal functional group and this will act as substituent. So name of principal functional group will come as secondary suffix. So principal functional group, you have to use suffix for that. Secondary, it will come as secondary suffix. Okay, and other functional group will come as substituent. Name of principal functional group will come as suffix, means after word root secondary suffix, and other functional group you have to consider as substituent and its name will come as prefix, means before word root. First we will see monohydric alcohols or alkanols. These are formed by replacing one hydrogen atom in alkane. This is alkane, RH. This is alkane. So monohydric alcohols are formed by replacing one hydrogen atom in alkane by OH group. OH group means which one? Hydroxy functional group. So if it is replaced by this, we will get ROH. This is your alcohol, or it is called alkanol. Now see, alkane plus all. Then what we have to do? The terminal E we have to drop here. Means this one we have to drop. And we will get alkanol. Now see, this is a structure of compound. This is IUPAC name. Here we have to write common name. CH3OH. Now see, if it is CH4, then name of the alkane is methane. Plus all, that secondary suffix we have to add. Because only one functional group is present, so its name will come as secondary suffix. So this is meth means this is word root for one carbon atom, N is primary suffix, then all. Now see, it is ending with E and starting with O, means vowel. So we have to drop this E and its name will come as methanol. Means what we are doing? We are dropping this E and its common name will be methyl alcohol. So for writing the common name, what we are doing? We are just writing the name of the alkyl group plus adding alcohol. So it is methyl. The name of the alkyl group is methyl. Then we are writing alcohol. Similarly, this is ethanol, common name ethyl alcohol. Then this is propan 1-ol, common name N-propyl alcohol. Now see here, this is your main chain. So numbering we are doing how? From functional group should get minimum number. Okay. So at one position functional group is present. Then the carbon atom where functional group is attached, there we are giving number 1. Then 1, 2, 3 like that way we will do. Now see here in this compound, this is your principal chain or parent chain and we have to do numbering like this way. Okay, so here position of hydroxy group is at position 2. So it is propan 2-ol and its common name is isopropyl alcohol. Now see for this compound, this is parent chain. Okay, parent chain is having 4 carbon atoms and remember the carbon atom which is attached with the hydroxy functional group should get minimum number. So numbering should be done like this way, not like this way. If from left to right we are doing numbering, then which containing carbon is getting number 4. So that is not considered. This one should consider to give minimum number to the carbon atom attached to functional group. So what is the IUPAC name here? After dropping E, it is 4 carbon atom chain. So it is butan 1-ol. And its common name is N-butyl alcohol. N means normal. What is about this compound? Here we have to do numbering in this way from right to left. Because if we are doing numbering from left to right, the carbon atom which is attached with OH group is getting number 3. So that is not considered. So what is the name here? Butan. At which position it is 2-ol. So we have to mention here the position of functional group and this is your secondary suffix. But is your word root. Here also but is word root and here N is primary suffix. We have to drop E since that secondary suffix is starting with a vowel. A, E, I, O, U or Y as I told. Its common name is secondary butyl alcohol. Now see for this compound, it is one dihydric alcohol, means 2 hydroxy groups are present. So it is dihydric alcohol. Dihydric alcohol. So its IUPAC name is, since 2 carbon atoms are there, so it is ethane 1,2. At 1 and 2 position, 2 OH group, hydroxy groups are present. So ethane 1,2-diol and its common name is ethylene glycol. So here this one is word root. After that this is primary suffix. Then these are the positions of the group. Then this is number, means 2 OH groups are there. So di and this is secondary suffix. So this is word root, this is primary suffix. These are the positions of the OH groups. At 1 and 2 position it is there. Then how many such groups are there? If there is 2 OH, then it is di. If 3 OH groups are there, it is tri, like that way. And it is that functional group, it will come as secondary suffix. Now see here, since before all di is present, so we are not dropping this E. Okay. So if it is all only, so here E we are dropping like ethanol. But since D is coming here, so after E, D is there, so we are not dropping this E. Now say this is one trihydric alcohol, means 3 hydroxy functional groups are there. So it is trihydric alcohol and its IUPAC name is 3 carbon atoms are there in the parent chain. So propane 1, 2, 3 triol. Since it is starting with T, so we are not dropping this E and its common name is glycerol. Now students, note down one important thing, that if your hydroxy functional group is acting as principal functional group means suffix ol we have to add. But if it is acting as substituent, then hydroxy you have to mention that as secondary prefix. So we will do some example later. Once again, if hydroxy functional group is acting as principal functional group in your molecule, in your compound, then suffix ol you have to add, or if it is acting as substituent, then prefix hydroxy you have to mention. Now see, next functional group is ketones. Now structure will be this one. This is structure for functional groups. General formula of ketones are this one, R, C double bond O, R prime. If R and R prime are alkyl groups. If R and R prime are same, that means if R is equal to R prime, we are getting simple ketones. Simple ketones. And if they are not same, then we are getting mixed ketones. Mixed ketones. This functional group, secondary suffix ONE we have to add if ketone is principal functional group. But if it is secondary functional group, means it is acting as substituent, then you have to add prefix oxo for IUPAC name. Ketones are also called alkanones. Alkanones. Because when we will write IUPAC name, alkanes are there. So alkane plus -one. This is secondary suffix. So now it is E and secondary suffix is starting with vowel O. If it is starting with A, E, I, O, U or Y, then you have to drop this E. That means alkanone. Okay. So these are also called, ketones are also called alkanones. Now we will see IUPAC and common name of some compounds having this functional group. Now see, for this compound CH3COCH3, it is having 3 carbon atoms. So we can write 3 carbon atom means propane we can write, plus secondary suffix -one we have to add. So you have to drop this E as I told you. So its name will be propanone, IUPAC name. And for common name, its common name is very famous, acetone. Or you can say this is 2 methyl groups are there. So dimethyl ketone. Next one is CH3CO. You can write like this way also, CO, CH2, CH3. Okay. So it is having 4 carbon atoms including the functional group. If functional group has carbon atom, you have to include it. So it is having 4 carbon atoms. So we can do numbering like this way, so that functional group is getting lowest number. If we are doing numbering from this side, functional group will be there at position 3. We are not considering that one. This is the correct one. So its IUPAC name will be butane 2-one. At 2 position, one is there, ketone is there, and we have to drop this E, butane 2-one. And when we will write common name, this is ethyl group, this is methyl group, alphabetically E will come first. So its name will be, here we have to consider alphabetical order, ethyl, methyl, ketone. Next compound is CH3, CH2, CO, CH2, CH3. Now to numbering from right to left or left to right, from any side here you can do numbering. It's having 5 carbon atoms, so pentane, 3 position CO is there, pentane 3-one, and it is having ethyl group. This is ethyl group, this is ethyl group, so we can write 2 ethyl groups, so diethyl ketone. Next one is CH3, CO, CH2, CH2, CH3. So here also numbering we have to give from this side to give lowest number for this carbon, and its name will be 5 carbon atoms. So pentane, you have to mention the position, at which position ketone is there, 2-one. So everywhere we are dropping the E, and it is methyl group, so methyl, this is N-propyl. Alphabetically M will come first, so methyl N-propyl ketone. Next functional group is monocarboxylic acids. Means functional group is carboxylic acid. If in your compound one carboxylic acid is there, that is monocarboxylic acid. So functional group, structure of the functional group is this one, COOH, or you can write like this way, C double bond OOH. Now see, tetravalency of carbon is satisfying, 1, 2, 3, 4. General formula for carboxylic acids are, monocarboxylic acids are RCOOH. R may be H, or it may be any alkyl group. For principal functional group, secondary suffix, which one you have to add? Secondary suffix, oic acid you have to add. Oic acid means alkane plus oic acid. So since it is starting with O, so you have to drop this E, that means it is coming alkanoic acid. So monocarboxylic acids are also called alkanoic acid. If it is coming as secondary functional group, that means substituent, so their prefix you have to add. Which prefix you have to add? Carboxy. Now we will see some compounds, their IUPAC name and common name. So first compound is HCOOH. Okay. So here this compound is having only one carbon atom. So word root and primary suffix methane we can use. Then methane plus oic acid. So terminal E of the methane will be replaced by oic acid, as I told you. So its name will be methane plus oic acid means we are getting, you have to drop this one, it's methanoic acid. So this terminal E will be replaced by oic acid and its common name is formic acid. Now see here, so this is first homologue of this series. Now we are adding one CH2. So next homologue we are getting, total it is having 2 carbon atoms. Here also, since carboxylic acid, this functional group is having carbon, so we have to include that one to select word root. So it will be ethanoic acid. Means ethane plus oic acid, ethanoic acid, and its common name will be acetic acid. These two are very important, okay, and common name also very important, you have to study. Next homologue, adding one CH2, we are getting CH3, CH2, COOH. So total 3 carbon atoms. So propane plus oic acid means propanoic acid. Its common name is propionic acid. Next homologue, four carbon atoms are there. So butane plus oic acid means butanoic acid, and common name N, because in normal butane, this is normal butane skeleton, so N butyric acid. Now see, next functional group is acid chlorides or acyl chlorides. Now see, functional group is here COCl, or you can write COCl like this way. General formula is RCOCl. R may be hydrogen or R may be alkyl group. Now see here, if acid chloride is as principal functional group, then you have to use secondary suffix oil chloride. And if it is as substituent, then you have to add prefix chlorocarbonyl. This is chlorocarbonyl. Okay. Now see, if structure is HCOCl, then what will be the IUPAC name? So overall 1 carbon atom is there here in this compound. So methane plus secondary suffix, what you have to add? Oil chloride. Now see here, since it is starting with vowel secondary suffix, so you have to drop this E. So its name will be methanoyl chloride. And for common name, if it is HCOOH, here I am writing, if it is HCOOH, name of the acid is formic acid. So what you have to do, you have to drop this ic acid. In place of this, you have to add aryl chloride. So its name will be, see here, formyl. We are dropping IC. In place of that, YL we are adding. So formyl chloride. Is it clear? So if HCOOH, it's formic acid. For HCOCl, means for acid chloride, what we have to do? Just you have to remove this IC acid. In place of that, you have to add aryl chloride. So formyl chloride. Now see, if CH3COCl, then totally 2 carbon atoms are there. So ethane plus oil chloride means ethanoyl chloride, IUPAC name. For common name, if it is CH3COOH, what is the name, common name of this acid? Acetic acid. So what you have to do? You have to, in place of this, you have to add aryl chloride. So it will be acetyl chloride. So if structure is CH3CH2COCl, means total 3 carbon atoms are there. So it's propanoyl chloride, IUPAC name, and common name propionyl chloride. Next functional group is acid amides. So structure of the functional group will be CONH2, or you can write C double bond O NH2, complete structure. Okay. Now general formula will be RCONH2, where R may be H or alkyl group. For secondary suffix, name will be amide. For prefix, carbamoyl. Okay, for IUPAC name. Now if structure is like this, HCONH2. So total how many carbon atoms are there? 1 carbon atom is there. So methane plus amide. So it is starting with vowel. Secondary suffix is starting with vowel. So you have to drop this E. Therefore, it will be methanamide. Once again, methanamide. Now, if it is HCOOH, it is formic acid. Now, if it is HCONH2, what you have to do? You have to drop this ic acid. In place of that, you have to add amide. So its name will be formamide. Formamide. In place of this ic acid, you have to add amide. For CH3CONH2, IUPAC name is ethanamide, and for common name CH3COOH means acetic acid. So we have to remove this. In place of that, we have to add amide. So it will be acetamide. Next one, CH3CH2CONH2, it is propanamide, propane plus amide, propanamide, and common name it is propionamide. Next functional group is ester. So its structure will be COOR or COOR prime, and its complete structure is like that. General formula, since here we are giving R prime, so it's RCOOR prime. These two may be same, these two may be different. Okay, and R prime or alkyl group. Prefix alkoxycarbonyl. This group is alkoxy. In alcohol we have seen this is alkoxy group. So alkoxycarbonyl, and secondary suffix, if it is principal functional group, then for secondary suffix you have to add OATE. OATE. Now for IUPAC name of this HCOOCH3, what you have to do? First you see here, it's methyl group. whatever alkyl group is here, you have to write its name. So here methyl group is there, so we are writing methyl. After that, see, remaining portion is having only one carbon atom. So methane, this plus methane plus what secondary suffix you have to add? Plus OATE, O-A-T-E. Since it is starting with vowel, so you have to drop this E. Means its name, IUPAC name will be methyl methanoate. Methanoate. And what is about common name? Here also methyl first you have to write. Then if it is HCOOH, then for HCOOH, name of the acid is formic acid. Formic acid. So in what you have to write? You have to write here ate, A-T-E. So it will be formate. So methyl for M-A-T-E, formate. So in place of ic acid, you have to add ATE. Clear? Now for this compound CH3COOCH3 for IUPAC name, this is methyl. So methyl, 2 carbon atoms, it is there in the remaining portion. So it is ethanoate, methyl ethanoate. And for a common name, it's methyl acetate. If it is CH3COOH, it is acetic acid. Then in place of ic acid, you have to add ate. So methyl acetate. Next compound CH3COOC2H5. So this is ethyl. So ethyl ethanoate. And its common name is ethyl acetate. This is very important compound. And this is first homologue of ester series. This is first homologue. Next homologue is this one. Okay. Now see, next functional group is amine. What's the structure? This is the structure of amine. Okay. Now see, general formula. Now you consider the structure of ammonia, NH3. This is ammonia. If in ammonia, hydrogen atom is replaced by R, means alkyl group, it is called alkane plus amine or amine. Now see, amine, this secondary suffix, it is secondary suffix, it is starting with A, vowel. So E you have to drop. So it will be alkanamine. So amines are also called alkanamines. Here secondary suffix amine you have to use. And if this functional group is present as substituent, then you have to use prefix amino. Another thing you have to remember, in ammonia, if one hydrogen atom is replaced by alkyl group, it is called primary amine or 1-degree amine. If 2 hydrogen atoms are replaced in ammonia by alkyl group, it is called secondary amine. And if 3 hydrogen atoms all are replaced by alkyl group, it is called tertiary amine. So this is primary, this is secondary, this is tertiary amine. So if structure is like this, CH3NH2, then here 1 carbon atom is there. So methane plus amine, methane plus amine. This is secondary suffix. So you have to, since it is starting with vowel, so you have to drop this. Its name will be methanamine. Okay. And common name will be, methyl group is there. So it is methyl. Then you have to write amine. Similarly, if the structure is this one, CH3CH2NH2, then 2 carbon atoms are there, so it is ethanamine, IUPAC name, and common name, alkyl group is ethyl, so ethyl amine. Now see here propyl group is there. So here NH2 may be in this position, may be in this position. So this compound is, if NH2 group is at this carbon number 1, so it is propan 1 amine, and this is N-propyl group, N-propyl amine. And if NH2 group is at 2 position, this is main chain or this is parent chain, so you have to write propan 2 amine or propan 2 amine. And this is isopropyl group, you know already, so its common name isopropyl amine. Similarly, this is having 4 carbon atoms, so it is butan 1 amine or butan 1 amine at 1 position, amine group is there. So you have to mention here the position, okay. And if you are not mentioning the position, that means that butanamine you are writing, that means this compound only. NH2 group is at position 1 and its common name N-butyl amine. All these are 1 degree amine. Now for secondary amine, means 2 degree amines, if compound is like this, CH3, NH, CH3. See, if it is CH3 NH2, then it is methanamine. So here in methanamine, 1 hydrogen of NH2 is replaced by methyl. So nitrogen, with nitrogen this methyl group is attached. With nitrogen this methyl group is attached. That's why N for nitrogen, means nitrogen, with nitrogen methyl group is attached. N-methyl methanamine. And for common name, 2 alkyl groups are there, here 2 methyl groups are there, so dimethyl, then you have to add amine. Now if structure is like this, CH3NH, CH2, CH3, so this is ethyl group, this is methyl group. The smaller one, if these are of different size alkyl group, then smaller one you have to write as prefix, means between these two this is smaller, so N-methyl will come here, then ethanamine. If it is CH3, CH2, NH2, it is ethanamine. So N-methyl, smaller one will coming here as N-alkyl group. So N-methyl ethanamine. And when you will write common name, alphabetically it will come ethyl, methyl, amine. Now see for tertiary amine, if structure is like this, means with nitrogen 3 CH3 groups are attached. So here you have to write N, N- dimethyl methanamine, means with nitrogen 1 methyl group is there, with nitrogen another methyl group is there, then that is, if it is CH3NH2 it is methanamine. So we are writing N dimethyl methanamine. N means with nitrogen methyl group is attached. And for common name, trimethyl amine. If structure is like this, so here the smallest alkyl group we have to write as N-alkyl group. So here also alphabetically we have to write, because these two are having different size. So we are writing N-ethyl, N-methyl, ethanamine, N-ethyl, N-methyl, ethanamine. And for common name we are writing alphabetically diethyl methyl amine. Next functional group is nitrile. This structure of the functional group. C triple bond N, open valency. General formula RCN, secondary suffix nitrile, prefix cyan. Now see, first compound is CH3CN. Here you have to take into account all the carbon atoms for IUPAC name. Total 2 carbon atoms means ethane and plus nitrile, secondary suffix. So it is ethane nitrile. For common name, this group is methyl, so you have to write methyl cyanide. Methyl, name of the alkyl group, and then this is cyanide. Or what you can write, if it is carboxylic acid, it is acetic acid. Acetic acid. If it is CH3, COOH. So in place of ic acid, you have to write O-nitrile. So another name is nitrile. Acetonitrile. Next compound is CH3CH2CN. IUPAC name propane nitrile. Propane because including CN, including this carbon, including carbon of the functional group, 3 carbon atoms are there. So propane nitrile. Common name ethyl cyanide. Ethyl is this alkyl group. Ethyl cyanide or propionitrile. Next compound is CH3CH2CH2CN. So including functional group altogether 4 carbon atoms are there. So IUPAC name is butane nitrile and common name N-propyl cyanide or N-butyronitrile. Now say for alkyl halide, what you have to do? For IUPAC name, first you have to write prefix halo and then whatever alkane is there, its name you have to write. So here Cl is there, we are writing chloro, and then if it is not there, Cl is not there, then alkane is CH4. So you have to write the name of the alkane means methane. It is chloromethane. Common name of the alkyl group plus halide. So methyl chloride. So next compound is chloroethane. Common name ethyl chloride. This one you have to do numbering of the main chain. So at one position bromine is there. So you have to mention the position 1 bromopropane. See here at 2 position bromine is there. So 2 bromopropane. It's N-propyl bromide and its common name is isopropyl bromide. For this carbon chain, here see 4 carbon atoms are there. You have to do numbering of the main chain. At one position Cl group is there. So 1 chlorobutane or common name N-butyl chloride. This is IUPAC name. If in the compound more than one halogen is present, it is called polyhalogen derivative. See this example, it is having 2 bromine atom. So you have to mention the position 1,2-dibromoethane. See if in your compound 3 carboxylic acid functional groups are there, then excluding the carboxylic acid, you have to do the numbering of the main chain. Now, so here 3 carboxylic acids are there. So excluding carboxylic acid, we are doing numbering. Now see at 1, at 2 and 3 position, 3 COOH means carboxylic acid functional group is there. So we have to mention the position 1, 2, 3 since 4 carbon atoms are there. So butane tricarboxylic acid. It's IUPAC name. In this video till this, in the next video we will do IUPAC naming of some compounds having simultaneously having functional group, substituent and double triple bonds. So how to do naming of that compound we will see. Some important examples we will do. Thank you for watching.